YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We got another video here by Desu. Fan crashes out after voice actor shares unforgivable opinions. What did this voice actor say? Oh no! But as you guys know, I'm here for the drama, I'm here for the BS. Let's jump in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Full link of the video shall be in the description. Let's go.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be looking at some absolutely insane drama involving Hoyoverse, but in particular, the community from Honkai Star Rail. There has been some voice actor drama over the past week or so. In fact, several voice actors have been canceled for many different reasons, but in today's video, we're going to focus on one voice actor in particular because the harassment campaign against him is just no words, basically. And I'm here to try to turn the narrative a little bit and give this guy some support and positivity because what he's going through is just ridiculous. Now, before we get into the particular voice actor we're talking about in this video, I just want to give you one tweet, a little heat check from a different voice actor that's being canceled currently.
Oh,
so
shit.
This person says, Kafka voice actor following Donald Trump. Dude, seriously? And this user says they're going to cry. This is many posts.
What? People on Twitter are not real, bro. Like, so you're telling me people can't follow the president of the United States? You know, like it's not like Kafka voice actor is following somebody that never became president. He's literally following the president of the United States. Come on, bro. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
One of many posts talking about this VA trying to cancel them for not voting for Donald Trump, but simply following Donald Trump.
Nigga.
First of all, that's an insane thing to cancel someone for. Second of all,
it's not even insane. It's so immature. You know?
110 million people follow Donald Trump.
Bro.
And a follow is not an endorsement. So
Nigga,
I don't understand.
A follow ain't a no endorsement. Exactly. It's not like you said, I voted for Trump. Come on.
What they're even saying here, but this is the voice actor and the character he plays in Honkai Star Rail. This is Dr. Ratio and his voice.
Hopefully he didn't respond. Hopefully he just ignored it and been like, okay, cool. I can follow like whoever he wants.
Voice actor is Jordan Paul Haro. Now, I looked through this guy's account. I'm not a Honkai Star Rail player, so I had to get familiar with him a bit. Looking through his YouTube channel, I watched some of his VODs. I watched some of his videos and some of his interviews and things like that. And I could tell he was really, really well liked by his community. Like, they really put him on a pedestal. They treated him really well. They had a lot of respect for him. But that all changed last week when he uploaded this YouTube video and shared it on Twitter, where he's talking about returning from a hiatus. And as you can see, there is a lot of comments and a lot of quotes. This post would be attacked by literally thousands of people, calling him some of the most disgusting things and threatening him and so on and so forth. What? So this is the video itself. You can see the dislike ratio, which used to be a lot worse, by the way. It's recovered in a positive way. Like, there's way more likes than there used to be a couple days ago. But yeah, he got absolutely attacked. Now, this video is 31 minutes long, and for the first 20 minutes or so, he's just talking about life, giving updates on that. But then he starts talking about Charlie Kirk. He talks about several things. He talks about how he admired things about Charlie Kirk, particularly his ability and his desire to have discussions with people who have opposing views.
The Charlie Kirk thing. Again, I'm not American, so don't shoot me. Don't. What happened to him was terrible. You know, getting shot for just having a difference in opinion is bad. Whether if he was right or wrong, that's all I'm going to say.
And he also was saddened by the assassination. And also he talks about his life as a Christian. Now, those two things, Charlie Kirk and being a Christian, those combined, it's like garlic to a vampire when it comes to Twitter users, especially the very unhinged ones.
But he hit some heavy views. 17K, holy shit.
Go absolutely crazy when they see that combination of topics, and that's what happened. So let's just hear a little tidbit of what he had to say in this video.
Outside of the clips, outside of his debates and his discussions, he was a man of God, he was a Christian, and he was very bold, and he was very articulate, and he was intelligent, and I admired the heck out of him. What he wanted, and it's something that I firmly believed in, was that he wanted people to come back to a common place of just discussion. Because he recognized that things were getting so polarized in our country that we weren't talking anymore. And something that he said that I 100% agree with was that when people stop talking, violence starts breeding. And I know that there are those out there that celebrated his death, Charlie's death, I mean, and think that he deserved it because of reasons.
I'm about to say something controversial. He should have been black. Charlie Kirk should have been black. So he can say those type of things, but I'm fucking around.
That's fine. You're entitled to that opinion. But I just want to let you know that I don't hate you, and I don't hate anybody.
Bro, just make the fucking anime, man. Record the anime. Who cares about your political opinions? Just record the anime. Why is he making a video like this? This is why I'm so glad, number one, all I do is talk about anime, bro. I don't like talking about politics or people. No, bro. That's all BS, and it puts you in a weird position where sometimes you kind of like in the whole. I hate the whole like thing of like being left or right. I don't like that, because I'm from a different country where I know both are bullshit. So, anyways, let's move on. I don't want to speak.
I firmly believe that we need God in this country now more than ever.
Same.
We absolutely need the compassion and love of Christ.
Yes, we do.
And I wholeheartedly endorse that.
That's it. That's how fast people will turn on you. You say that you mourn the death of Charlie Kirk and that you admired some things about him, and also that you're a Christian, and it's just over. The people who loved you for so long, now they're turning on you and harassing you and threatening you.
It's Twitter bullshit, of course. Twitter, they're gonna be like, this is our guinea pig for the day. Let's use him.
That's how this current landscape works, and their response is really proving what he and Charlie have been saying, that we need to have a dialogue, otherwise people are just gonna go rabid. And that's what we're seeing in response to this. But did you notice he even said that if you celebrated the assassination, he still doesn't hate you? But somehow, this is the response we get on social media. This person, one of many, quoting the post with the video of the actual assassination. I'm obviously not going to play it, but they caption it, "catch," which was one of the words written on the bullets owned by the shooter. This is a very deranged thing to post in general, but
that is actually funny. I'm sorry. That is actually so funny. Nah, people are so twisted, bro. Imagine they shoot you and end it right on the bullet catch. Oh, shit. Fuck that person, bro. Oh, God.
So at someone for simply saying they admired some of his qualities. Now, we see some very enthralling debates going on here, some very high intellect responses, like this person just posting flags and saying, "Take this ratio. Ratio not achieved. Better luck next time." But this is a common theme I've seen not just in this situation, but across Twitter, where this post with 16,000 likes says, "Ratio's voice actor being a Charlie Kirk fan was not what I expected this year. Bro, Ratio would hate him." No, Ratio wouldn't think anything about our current world we're living in because he's not real. He's a character. He's not in this corporeal dimension. This is a very unhinged thing. This is parasocialism at work here. And if you think this is an isolated event where people are looking for validation from fictional characters, no. This is a very common thing on social media, Twitter in particular, where people turn to enforce this idea that certain fictional characters will support this belief or not support this belief. and they actually use it as validation for their own feelings.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really, really strange to say the least. Now, there was another post basically saying the same thing that Dr. Ratio would hate Jordan.
Before this video ends, how I feel about this whole situation and like this whole thing with this guy and people canceling him for all of that. It's not that deep, you know. I feel like people can believe in anything, you know. It's very hypocritical, you know. We've seen people believe in actually worse shit than ever, and people that have actually done even worse than what he's done. But all of this guy just said R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, and he said yes, he loves God, you know. And that's it. It's not even that deep, you know. I've never watched any of Charlie Kirk's content. I mostly saw him on TikTok. I saw a few clips, you know, and the clips were interesting, but I never got into like the whole rabbit hole. Maybe I saw like 2 or 3 videos. So when I saw that he died, it was like, oh shit, that's crazy, you know. Like, it was so sad, bro. It was so sad, you know, honestly, because it's like, you know, again, I'm not saying I supported him. I never watched his content, but you know, getting shot like that is just crazy, bro. That is not, you know, like, he never robbed anybody. Like, bro, we know a lot of people that rob people, that have killed people, and they're still just walking around like, dude. But he just had a difference in opinion. I mean, you know, again, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying anything like that, you know, because, you know, these people of you know, that type of group and niche don't like people like me. So I'm not saying anything, man. Like, I'm just saying that what happened to him was messed up, you know. So yeah.
Unfortunately, that account has now been suspended, so we can't see the tweet, but you can see the response from Jordan saying, Dr. Ratio isn't real. Sorry to burst your bubble. You got to applaud the man's conviction here. He was in the trenches, okay? He was actually responding to people while getting blasted by thousands of users.
Rule number 1, when you're in controversy, switch off your phone. Switch off your phone. Switch off your phone. Switch off your phone. Stop being on the internet. Like, literally, once you start trending, we need to start taking people's phones away. Because what the hell, bro? Don't respond to these people, bro. Don't respond to nobody. Just take your phone away, throw it in the dustbin, literally, and log in after 2 weeks, because nobody cares about this, bro. It's just Twitter drama. Please.
And he was still responding to people, and really all the time being very courteous and nice to people in the face of just pure animosity. But you can see this response down here where they say, neither is the Jesus you love mentioning so much. Sorry to burst your bubble. 2,500 likes, by the way. Now, nobody is asking you to view Jesus Christ as the Messiah or your Savior, but can we just be, I don't know, objective here and realize and agree that one of the most documented men in history physically existed? Like, this.
Rev, why are you speaking about Jesus, bro? Honestly, I'm Christian, so yeah.
This is the level of academic and intellectual dishonesty that you see from people who are angry about people like Jordan. But we have this tweet as well saying, the concept of you saying Charlie loved all people when he said stuff like gay people getting stoned was a perfect law. Yeah, it might be a little flabbergasting to you because Charlie did not say this. In fact, we saw the author Stephen King, one of the perpetuators of this lie, make a tweet saying just that and then get community noted in shame. And then he went on a big apology tour saying sorry on every single post that was mocking his lack of honesty. And you can see one of the examples of Charlie Kirk's rampant homophobia, where he says, I believe marriage is one man, one woman. Also, gay people should be welcome in the conservative movement. As Christians, we are called to love everyone. I will always stand against people who wish to establish their own personal values as a reason to kick others out of our movement. How homophobic. Can you get a load of this guy? Maybe they're right on social media. That was so hateful. And that's one of like many instantly debunkable claims people have popularized on social media about Charlie Kirk. You can pause this and read some of these. This is just like 10 random ones that people...
Yeah, no. I'm not going to say anything, you know, because it's deep.
People have spread over the past couple of weeks to, in their minds, justify him being brutally assassinated for his opinions. But this is another weird arc we see in this video where people just, like, there is no connection to reality whatsoever, and they're still getting 7,000 likes. This person says, Charlie Kirk wanted me and my wife dead because we're gay. He wanted my Puerto Rican family dead because we're not viewed as Americans. He wanted people of color to go back to slavery because it was easier back then. We just want to live. Google the facts. You know better. Yeah, the reason they're saying Google the facts is because they have no proof for any of this. It's all just made up. And now they're putting the responsibility on you to go find it or disprove it. Now it's up to you to disprove things that are made up. This person is making wild claims. In fact,
again, it's not that deep, guys. Like, I don't know why this person is saying that. It wasn't that deep. I don't know.
I'll give them a little bit of a compliment. They're creative. I have not seen anyone say that Charlie Kirk wanted Puerto Rican families dead. I have not seen that one. That's creative at least. But let's move on to another related claim where someone responds to his video saying, Jordan, seriously, consider you listen to your fans and try to understand how this makes us feel. I'm so unbelievably disappointed to support and make a role model out of a man that spouted so much hate and discrimination. I'm at a loss for words. Think. Well, you know what?
Think, Charlie.
While we're at it, I mean, this person's totally right.
Jordan.
They cracked the code. They've proven with this tweet that Charlie Kirk was this guy who hated everyone, who wasn't like him, and was discriminatory. In fact, I'm going to hand over some evidence. I'm going to show you a highlight reel of Charlie Kirk being a seething racist.
I don't care if it's all black, all Asian, all white. It's an excellent group is what I want. Because I do not believe diversity is a strength. I believe unity is a strength. I think you should have a one-page bill that says that racial discrimination based on race is illegal and will not be tolerated.
You know what I don't like about this is that, again, we're not watching the full conversation. We're just watching clips. Literally, this is what I've seen of Charlie Kirk, just clips. I haven't watched the full, dive deep into the rabbit hole. So I don't know anything or much, or if he is or if he isn't. So I feel like it's kind of like I'm in the middle because I don't know, So I'm kind of like, oh, what happened? Type shit.
Already in the United States of America. Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can...
Because, for me, it's like, dude, they could actually just highlight the good clips. They're not highlighting the bad. So I don't know, I don't know, bro.
Can be qualified? Of course. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. Why does United Airlines care so much about the color of the pilot? How are you? What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift from God.
Yeah. She truly is.
White chocolate is here.
Hello, everybody.
This brother got more soul than a lot of people running around here acting like they brothers. He's a real brother. He was doing it. And he made sure that he brought a lot of us here, man.
And race should mean nothing. We should build around things that matter and not things that don't matter.
Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House. And Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie.
I love this guy. Black America is a faithful community and a portion of the country with...
Yo. Again. Is it me or something is off? But I don't know. Maybe I'm hating.
High church attendance. I have always had a focus and a heart for Black America.
All right, so the other aspect of this is that people are angry because he's a Christian, and being a Christian is one of those groups where you're like the safe edgy to make fun of. You can see this post quoting him.
Yeah, especially on Twitter. Yeah,
I'm saying always the Christians, and that's one of like three groups you can do that about. You could say this about white people and men and get away with it, but like If
True.
you said this sort of statement and filled in with anything outside of those three groups,
Oh, you screwed. Oh, you screwed. Oh, they're gonna screw you.
you'd be canceled. You'd be called a racist or a bigot or a sexist or what have you. But of course, this is the safe, edgy type of thing that is approved on social media. But this is, again, a theme
That's how it is.
in the outrage here. This person with 10,000 likes saying, you know, I don't believe in God or any religious, but if there is a God, heaven or hell, I believe they reserved you, the hottest place down there, for you achieve evil in the name of God. Okay, well, this person is saying that if you admire someone for wanting to have discussions and debates, and if you think someone being brutally assassinated in front of their family is something to mourn, I guess you go to the furnace for all eternity. Yep, this Twitter user said, right? And this person, yes, we get it. You don't believe in God. You know, we can tell by the lack of capitalization on the G there, but this person is literally claiming that they don't really care about all this stuff, and then they say, I get to judge. I'm the one who determines if you go to hell, which is pretty blasphemous. But this is a theme we see on Twitter all the time. I've talked about it before, where people have no care for Christianity or God or anything like that. They like to weaponize it against people who do have a care for those things or do believe. And
not even on Twitter, it's in general.
They make the most self-righteous arguments where typically they're misinterpreting scripture or in many cases just making stuff up and then judging Christians for it. Like one of my favorites, I see this all the time. People say, well, only God can judge me. Like, dude, that's not in the Bible. That's a Tupac song. Like, that's how bad misinformation surrounding this stuff has gotten. And if we're, needing a reminder of how bad misinformation can spread and be believed by millions, look what happened to Charlie Kirk. But of course, I want to end the negative tweets on this one where someone says, self-explanatory with a quote from Dr. Ratio, the character he voices, saying, the most annoying thing about idiocy is that you can't explain it to an idiot. Which is really funny, seeing the level of dishonesty and just vapid hatred of this guy with no real reason other than just a predisposed hatred of something that he represents or stands for. Yeah, I think the quote...
Honestly, like, my opinions about this whole situation, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, it's not that deep, bro. Like people which are kind of getting a fit or, like... Again, people are tweeting about this because they want views. Any hate train that comes along, people will tweet and try and get a bit of interest. It's easier to what am I trying to say? Take someone down, instead of trying to build them up. So that's how it is. That's the world of social media. So I kind of get it,
Is very on par with the type of person he is. I think this is a quote that is not ironic in any sort of a way. It is hard to explain to people who don't want to listen what the truth is. We saw this with Charlie Kirk. These people are repeating it again and again in his quotes. They don't want to see the truth. You can debunk things right in their face, and they're still not going to listen because they don't want to. Or they don't have their ears in any way posed to listen in the first place. But let's end on a couple of positive ones. You can see Madam Savvy making a very interesting point, by the way. Company that is Chinese and their profit money goes to the Chinese Communist Party, which hates inclusive minorities and LGBT is a crime there. Terminally online Westerners, quiet. American voice actor comes out mildly conservative or follows the president's Twitter account. Terminally online Westerners, burn the village down. Demand expulsion, threaten with death. You people wonder why no one likes you. You have no conviction, you have no standards, and you have no brains. Here's a response to his post sharing the video. This person saying, as a queer person, it's disappointing to see the reactions you're getting. Just for saying you agreed with Charlie Kirk in the sense that we need as a society to sit down and talk. How is that controversial? A controversial thing to agree with. Here's another one. Saying your replies are full of people who lack the maturity to disagree with someone's beliefs like an adult. Good on you for being honest about who you are and what you believe. Don't let these deranged people get to you.
And he must suffer the consequences, because having a difference in opinion comes with consequences, unfortunately.
And this is where I'm going to conclude the video. I think Jordan is the type of person who doesn't want you going into the replies of the tweets and arguing with people and adding more negativity. In this case, I want to make it very clear. I want you, if you're so willing, to go support this guy. I think he is a good guy, and he is getting an unbelievable amount of hates for something that is completely unreasonable and just fueled by hatred and misinformation. So if you want to help him out, I'll put a link to his Twitter as well as his YouTube video. If you want to go there, spread some positivity. If you want to go through the tweets.
Okay. Before we do anything, let's check out his Twitter and his YouTube. Like, he's on 10K here, and that video was doing 17K. Let's see how much it is right now. Let's go. Okay, so it's like 11.1K. Okay. What was his recent video?
Everyone, hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Now, something I want to start getting the habit of doing is I want to start sharing my devotionals with you guys. Now, the book in question that I'm going to be reading from was given to me by a very good friend of mine once upon a time, and it's titled 3-Minute Devotions for Men. But the word...
Okay, we see 3-minute devotions for men. What else? Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. So yeah, he's reading Bible quotes, which is cool. That's cool, I guess. Let's see how much this video from 17K to 21K. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's read the comments. Just found out about this from Rev. I'm glad to see people like you in English voice acting industry, and we need more people like you. God bless. I like that. You a good one, Jordan. I'll stand by you. Here from Rev. Now apologize for what you believe in. Stay positive. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, 1.5K. I'm just gonna give it a like. I mean, it's not, bro. Like, to conclude everything, like, yeah, I don't know, bro. It's not that bad. Like, you know, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, hands up, no comments. I don't know. I don't stand against it. I don't stand with him because I have a lack of information. If I have more information, then I can give a full opinion about how I feel about Charlie Kirk. But I haven't watched any of his content. I've only seen TikToks, but I've never watched his content, so I don't know what to say, you know. And as well, what happened to him was fucked up. Honestly, that's the only thing I can, like, what happened to him is really fucked up, bro. Like, nobody deserves that at all. If you've never killed somebody, if you've never done anything bad but just talk, like, come on, guys, you know, like, difference in opinion or whatever, like, bro, like, that's messed up, you know. But anyways, you guys tell me what you guys think. A really edgy video, you know. If you saw me keeping quiet most of the time, is because, yeah, bro, some of the things that was said is a bit tight, you know. I don't want to be stepping on anyone's toes. Again, I'm an anime YouTuber, so it's kind of like, oh, dude, I don't want to be, you know, in this type of lane, you know. But yeah, I was very uncomfortable watching it. But let's move on with it. Let's go get back to the anime. See you guys on the next video. I hate topics like this, honestly.